Good afternoon everyone and welcome to my live video today. I have got our new release, Lotus Festival, to show you, and it is a beautiful summertime release, and I am really looking forward to explaining all of the wrapping qualities to you, and you can see the fabric move in real life. So this is Lotus Festival, and I'm just going to wait and see who's going to join me this afternoon. Oh, thank you Laura for sharing this in our Facebook community clan Oscha. So I'm just going to wait until a few more of you have joined me this afternoon, and then we'll take a deep dive into our new sling release, and I'll show you a little demo with it as well. Welcome everybody who's joining me this afternoon. Let me know where you're tuning in from today, and yeah, let me know what your favourite thing is about the springtime. I am loving the cherry blossom here in Edinburgh. We've got lots of lovely cherry blossom and lots of blossom around the city, and if you were ever going to visit Scotland or Edinburgh, I would say May is the perfect month. So don't share that around, don't make that common knowledge, but a secret from me to you, I would say May is perfect. April, May, and then September if you're ever going to come to Scotland. Those are the best months to come. Little tourist tip for a Tuesday. So welcome everyone. Hi there Jeanette, you're tuning in from Norway, lovely to have you. I wonder if you also agree with a lovely sunny spring weather at this time of year in Norway. I guess we've got similar climates. Hi Chelsea from the US, and it's 8 AM there. Well, thanks so much for joining us. Good morning to you. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and hopefully this will be a nice beginning. So this is the beautiful Lotus Festival baby wrap, and I'm hoping that you're going to be able to pick up all the gorgeous colours in real life. This one kind of really shines in different lights. You kind of see that pattern coming through from the weft at different kind of angles. So I'm hoping that the light in here today is not the best. It's a little bit dull outside, so I'm hoping you're going to be able to get the true beauty of this sling. So this is our second release on the festival warp, and it runs from this beautiful burgundy at this side and into a kind of slightly fuchsia kind of colour here, and then along into a lovely fiery warming orange in the middle, and then it's a mirrored grad, so you get those same colours going out on the other side. And of course Lotus is a mirrored pattern, so you have these lovely lotus kind of flowers coming up from the kind of centre of the wrap. So you can imagine a lily, a lily pad, you know, and then these lovely lotus blooms coming up from the top. So you can wear this sling either way round. It doesn't really have a top or a bottom, which is really lovely. And we haven't released this design for a while, so we thought that it was really fitting for this particular colourway coming into the spring and the summer, and we've gone for a gorgeous lightweight blend as well. So you can see the drape there, and this sling is straight out of the bag, and you can see how lovely and drapey it is. It hasn't even been washed, this one, so, or worn yet. I'll show you the reverse as well. So you see the kind of silhouettes of the lotus leaves and petals at the top there, and then it just subtly coming down into the other colours. There's a lovely kind of texture on the back that you get from the linen. You see the linen weft a little bit more clearly there on the back. So yes, Elise is saying fine linen is so wonderfully soft out of the bag, and indeed it is. So this one, as I mentioned, is fine linen. It's Italian fine linen in the weft, and it's actually a really kind of pale shade of pink. So it looks almost kind of ecru to the naked eye, but actually there's a melange shade going across the weft. So you get a tiny hint of pink going across the weft, which just adds a really lovely subtle colour, and just a tiny hint of pink in its view. Oh, Laura, you're asking how limited it is, and you know, I've forgotten to double check how much we've got coming in this one. I don't believe it's too limited, but I will check for you after the video. That's normally something that I double check before my videos, but I've completely forgotten to do that, and same with the price. So I'll look up those two things right away for you and let you know as soon as I can. So with it being this lovely fine Italian wet spun linen, it is going to be perfect for the summer months, and for that warmer weather to come. So it's 225 GSM, so it is a lighter weight sling, and you can see that in the way it's flowing there in its movement. So it's very airy. It's going to be lovely for the warm weather, and also being a lightweight sling, it's also really fabulous for I was just reading one of the comments there, but I'll come back to it. It's really fabulous for newborns or for new wrappers, because it does, you know, because it's thinner, it is a lot easier to wrap around tiny babies, which is just lovely if you are expecting, or if you're looking for something for a smaller baby, it is lovely for that. But we have had a wonderful review from our tester Teresa, who tried this one out with her 22-month-old, so her toddler, and she found that it was perfectly robust enough and very comfortable still with a double layer carry. And she said as long as you tighten correctly and tighten properly, it's going to be perfect for a toddler as well. And of course, if you are carrying a toddler in the heat, or perhaps you're not carrying them for that long in terms of periods of time at once, linen sling can be perfect for that, because it does keep you both cool and it doesn't add that kind of extra layer if you are in the warmth. So even in a double layer carry, you will find it airy and cooling. So it is a really good option for toddlers too, and certainly if you're not carrying for a really long period of time, you know, you're not going to find it too diggy on your shoulders or anything like that. So it's a great option for all-rounder, but especially good for little ones, and especially good for warm weather. Or if you run hot and you don't, you know, you find that actually some of the thicker slings are too much for you, this would be a really good option as well. So I'm just going to get my baby. I'm wrapping this one in a front wrap cross carry with, I'm going to tie its under bum, and that's because I have a size 4 today, so we don't have any long tails. Again, that can be a really good tip if you are carrying in warmer weather, just to go for a slightly shorter sling, and you know, you have slightly less fabric to contend with then. Okay. So I'll just pop my baby in, and we'll talk a little bit more about linen. So linen, of course, is a really lovely kind of breathable fabric. It's also super easy care, so it's going to be great if you are you know, wearing it and you're hot and sweaty in the warmer months. Then you can easily pop it in the washing machine, and it will be a really easy care sling for you. It's also moisture wicking and is a lovely sustainable yarn as well, so that's another reason why we love using linen in many of our designs, so particularly in the summertime. So you can see that lovely fiery festival warp. The festival warp was inspired by those kind of lovely celebrations, joyous kind of, everything's kind of full of life, and we just felt that this summer everything just feels a lot more optimistic in terms of what we've all been through with the pandemic, and it feels like we can hopefully start to kind of celebrate those better times, and coming together with family and friends, and experiencing the joy that comes along with that. So I'm just tightening that up strand by strand. It does have a really lovely balance of grip and glide, so it holds in place well. It's easy to tie, it kind of glides well, but it's also, due to the pattern and also the properties of the linen, it's certainly not slippy, and it really does stay in place well. So you could definitely see this sling as our summer sling. We do have a couple more releases coming in 2 weeks' time on this warp, so you may want to keep your eyes peeled for those coming down the line, but I don't think they are quite as lightweight as this one, and they are Oscha designs as well. So gorgeous. Alright, so that is Lotus Festival, and it is just such a lovely, bright and colourful, joyous sling, and it's very kind of feminine too, with the lovely pattern there as well. So, it's gorgeous. So the other releases that we have, I will let you know because I know some of you will want to use that to help make up your mind. We do have a Sekai coming, it's in a completely different weft, it looks very, very different. And we also have the Pavonis coming as well. Again, completely different weft, different colour, and I think that's all I can really share with you today, but they won't be coming for another couple of weeks. We have a break week next week with no releases, so this is certainly your chance to get Lotus in this lovely lightweight blend with a paler weft. So you really do see the grad. Beautiful. So as I said, Teresa tested this one out with her 22-month-old. She found it to be soft and floppy, and she felt that the tightening was effortless, and despite the GSM, it makes an awesome toddler wrap if tightened correctly. So let me see if there's any more questions or comments or thoughts on this one and on any chat today, and then we can see what else. Yeah, Linda says it really shines on this warp when worn. Yeah, I completely agree. It's just it kind of really glows. And the pattern is just so pretty. Lovely. Beautiful shine. Jamie says she loves this grad. So Nikki says, I have Lotus Bella. Any way you can compare the wrapping qualities of Festival to the Bella. So I don't remember trying out Bella in person. I'm guessing it was a pre-order sling. Perhaps if you can let me know what the blend is and the GSM of that one, then I can help you explain what it might be like in terms of the differences. Isabel says, my toddler is watching too and just said wrap for the first time, pointing at you. Oh, excuse me while I happy cry for a moment. Oh, Isabel, that's so lovely. Oh, I'm so glad. That's such lovely. That's so nice. Oh, hello, little one. Well done. Yes, okay, so yes, I think there's a question about made to order. So we are going to be doing, yes, so Laura, you're asking about shawls and how to go about getting a shawl. So yes, we'll have wraps and ring slings made up, ready made for the website tomorrow, but we'll also have our made to order listing as normal, and we're back to a 2-week window for made to orders being made up for you. So once the pre-order closes or the made to order closes next week, then we'll make them up within 2 weeks and ship them out for you. And you can go for any of our accessories, our Alia bag, our shawls, our scarves, our fabric pieces, our 0.5 meter fabric pieces, and then our Keris baby size and toddler size as well. So that might be something to look out for. Linda is commenting on how lovely the drape is. Absolutely. And Elisa's saying that it looks like it's £130 for a size 6 for this one. and that is expat. So I will confirm that, and I'll also confirm the quantities of these ones after the call. I don't believe it's specifically limited, but I could be wrong about that, so I'll check. Lots of love for the Lotus pattern. Andrea says she loves the pattern and colour combination, and I completely agree. Mariela says, oh my, this is amazing. It's so nice to see it in real life, isn't it? Tara, hi Tara, you're tuning in from Nova Scotia, and May and September are your favourite times of the month for over there as well. That's great. Well, I'd love to visit Nova Scotia. I've got a very good friend there, so maybe I'll manage to go one day. And Laura says she's tuning in from Denmark, though I've lived in China and therefore I'm obsessed with lotuses. Of course, that's what makes me think as well. I think there's a beautiful square in Shanghai that I visited when I was there on holiday one time, and it's the most beautiful lotus flowers just everywhere in the ponds over there. And May in Denmark is the perfect spring month. Sounds like May is well loved, especially in the northern hemisphere, I guess. Lovely. Oops. Okay. So do let me know if you have any other questions, if you want to see anything in real life. Okay, so I think there's some. Okay, so Nikki's saying that her Lotus Bella was 60% cotton, 20% recycled cashmere and 20% cashmere. Okay, so this one, and it was 275 GSM. So I would say absolutely, it will be, your Bella will be more cushy, and that's due to the wool content, and it will be a little bit thicker, so it's probably likely to be a little bit warmer as well. This one is really thin and lovely for the summer months or warmer weather, or if you kind of run warm. I'm not finding it particularly diggy with my little baby here. It feels nice and comfortable. There's always a little bit of cush in Oscha. Thinner in the Oscha thinner wraps anyway, and that's certainly some feedback that we've had around our lovely lightweight slings, is that they do still feel comfortable when you're wearing them, but of course they carrying a heavier baby or a toddler for a longer period of time, you will be more comfortable with a more cushy sling, like something like a wool or a thicker sling. So that's something just to keep in mind. So yes, so the Bella would have more cush than the Festival, but of course it comes with a slightly thicker wrapping qualities. Louisa says it's gorgeous, maybe I'll be able to scratch together enough, fingers crossed. Oh, lovely. Jamie, I'm not giving anything else away now about the new releases coming in a couple of weeks. You will find out about those when we will be sending them to testers, so they'll be going out next week. Yes, Laura would like to see the reverse again. Of course, I will take the sling off and show you the reverse. One more. Thanks, Jamie. Laugh out loud and okay is the response to my comment. Okay, I'm going to pop this one off in my handy tied under bum. I can lift baby's bum up and take it off quickly. Claudia says, not Lotus related, but do you know if there is a semi pre-order in May? Trying to think if there's semi-custom in May. I'm not entirely sure that there is, but we have been discussing something special around the pre-orders. I'm just not sure if it's coming in May or not, but there'll be more information to come on that soon in Clan Oscha. So there's something special that we're planning, and I think it might be happening in May, but I'm not 100% sure. Alison says, any scarves on the festival warp? Yes, there is actually a scarf. I'm so glad you asked that question, because there is a scarf coming in actually it's going to be, and I'm glad that you've said this, so I'm glad you've mentioned this, Alison, because we are going to be bringing out a scarf weight, proper scarf weight scarf. So warp weight scarf, but it's basically on this warp is what I'm trying to say. It's not a sale scarf. So it's going to be on this exact warp, and it's also a Lotus design, but I think it has ecru weft, or like a white weft. So if you do love this one and you're thinking a scarf might be for you, then you might want to wait until that comes out. However, there has been a delay with it, so we don't have it in yet. So it could be another month before that comes out, and it's going to be a lighter weight than the wrap, but it won't be as light as our sale scarves, and it's exactly the same colourway as this one. It's a Lotus design because we just thought it would be perfect as a scarf, and but it is with an ecru weft instead of the slightly melange pink on the weft. So this is the reverse of Lotus. So you can see the colours on the back as well. And that's the front side. Beautiful. Of course, it has a few typical creases from the linen, but that is just one of those lovely properties that you do get with linen, but they do iron out super easily, or whenever you're wrapping with them again, they don't generally stay. Linda says, I'm so down with the scarf, the Lotus scarf you're talking about. Well, that's good. So it'll be coming in about 4 weeks or so. So that's great. Jamie says, oh, I bet the Lotus Festival will be wonderful as a ring sling for new babies this summer. Yes, it will be beautiful as a ring sling for new ones this summer. I completely agree. And you might have just talked yourself into it. Oh, that's lovely. Yes, Linda, you do have to have your work accessories, and I think this would make a really nice option. It will come in cowls, scarves and loops. The scarf won't wrinkle. I don't think it's the same blend. It won't be linen. I think it will be cotton. Oh, although actually I can't remember exactly off the top of my head. I'll confirm with you what the blend of the scarf will be, but it won't be linen because it won't. Yeah, linen isn't such a great scarf option. It's much better for carrying babies. It's much better for the strength, and the properties that you get for the wrapping qualities. So I don't think we will have chosen a linen scarf. So I'll check that. Emily says the colour is so you, Linda. That's lovely, isn't it? Okay, so we're nearing the end of my video this afternoon. We just had the one sling to show you, and I just wanted to remind you that we do have our Constellation Lovers pre-order still open. So it is due to close at the very end of today, and that will technically be tomorrow morning at about 8 in the morning our time, so British summer time. So if you are worried about missing out, or you haven't ordered something from that beautiful Constellations pre-order, it's on this lovely blue warp with some really stunning weft grads in silver shades and in golden shades. There's some really nice blends in there as well, some lovely easy care, and also a beautiful piece silk in the Dune pattern as well, which we haven't done for a while. So if you are at all interested, or you don't want to miss out on the Constellation Lovers pre-order, you are still able to order it this evening. Let me just check if there's any last things. Will the scarves be limited? Probably, they will probably be fairly limited. We don't generally do huge runs of these type of scarves, so yeah. Tracy's saying, now you're not sure whether to wait for the proper scarf or this wrap fabric. Well, I'd say probably if you're really just looking for a scarf, I would hold on, but I think if you're looking for something that you can transfer from, if you're looking for a shawl or something that you could use as a baby wearing item, then I would obviously go for this. Lovely. Erica's asking, how fast do those pre-orders come out? So the full custom pre-orders, like the Constellation Lovers, so that will take 4 to 6 months to be shipped. And yes, Jamie's saying has confirmed that as well. The made to orders, like from our new releases, they only take 2 weeks after closing date. So and if you do participate in a semi-custom, which we do every so often, we'll run a semi-custom, which are items that are on the end of our warps, and those generally come out within kind of 6 weeks or so. So yes, it is a bit of a wait for the constellation lovers, but it's because it's fully bespoke and it's been fully made to order, basically, or woven to order. So everything is it starts from scratch, and that does just take 4 to 6 months. So we bring it out as quickly as we possibly can, but that's just how long it takes. Okay, well, thank you all so much for watching this afternoon. It's been a short and snappy video today, and I'll be back in a couple of weeks with our releases towards the end of May. Make sure to keep an eye on Clan Oscha for some exciting pre-order news. I think it might be happening in May, but we will confirm about that. Yes, Paulina is saying, is this the exact same reds and orange as in the Okanami Dwarf King? It is, it's exactly the same warp. So if you love that warp, it is exactly the same warp, but with a pale pink, lovely pink melange Italian linen weft. Great, well, we will have our Secret Stash happy hour tomorrow evening from 7 p.m, and we've got the most amazing fundraiser giveaway that's happening for our Ukraine crisis appeal. So we've got a really great Okanami bag that's been made by Sundance Handmade. So do check out our thread. We will have that going in Clan Oscha this afternoon, and you can donate any amount you want from a very, I think it's a very small donation. You can donate as much as you want, and that will all go towards the British Red Cross. So we've been really overwhelmed with the response so far for our fundraisers, and it's our intention to continue to keep fundraising while this horrendous war is happening in Ukraine at the moment. So thank you all so much for any of your support that you've given already, and yeah, we will just continue to keep doing what we can to continue to raise money. And Jamie's confirmed, yes, you've seen the picture of the handbag. Wonderful. Lovely. Okay, great. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I will chat to you all soon, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Bye, everyone.